Okay, so I've just come out of a meeting and we were discussing a new piece of UK legislation that, I'll be honest, has completely bypassed me. With everything going on in the world at the moment with Iran and Ukraine and rising prices and especially fuel prices for those people that drive petrol cars, this piece of UK government legislation has seriously not been reported on in the headlines. And I'm going to tell you exactly what it is. And I think if you're an EV driver like me, you are going to agree that it's completely unfair. So we had legislation announced early, at the end of last year, I think it was, that Rachel Reeves, the GCSE Chancellor, was going to target EV drivers to make us pay per mile. We're getting less tax coming in because more people are using EVs, they're charging at home, they don't get as much tax as they do with the petrol stations. So I'll totally get that, and I kind of agree to a point that, yeah, we should be recouping that money some other way. So they came up with this idea of charging us per mile for every mile that we do drive. However, that is not the news. I think they may have now realised that that plan is just seriously not going to work. Because how are they going to get that data? Who's going to be honest enough to tell them how many miles they're driving? They can't track you, or they shouldn't be able to track you because of GDPR. So I think they've now realised that that plan is no longer acceptable, and the UK population are proper kicking off about it. So they've had a bit of a rethink, and as I say, they've been trying to get this legislation through the House of Commons undetected, part of other bills, but it's been flagged to me today. And what they are now going to do is, I can't even believe I'm actually saying this, but what they are now going to do is they're going to charge all new car drivers for being clean and having clean air. Okay, sounds a bit bizarre, just stay with me for a second. They are going to be charging us for having clean air in our cabins. Don't forget, EVs don't pollute the atmosphere around schools and hospitals and housing estates and so on, they're clean. But we are now being penalised for having clean air by being charged for having clean air in our cabins. So what this legislation is going to do is it's going to force everybody who has a car service or an MOT, so 3 years doesn't count, you're going to get caught in this. Every car that has a MOT or a service every year, they are going to charge you excess VAT type, I don't know how they're going to charge you, but they're going to charge you like an extra tax, shall we say, not VAT, an extra tax for having clean air in your cabin. And where's that going to come from? It's going to come from little probes, temperature probes, that they will put into, if I flip my camera around to show you, into these air vents. And what that's going to do is that is going to give them a reading of how clean your car is. How clear are the filters giving you your air conditioning? And based on that, there is a sliding charge starting from, I think it's about £15 per year, going up to sort of like £45-50 per year for the most clean. So if you've got a brand new car, you've got clean filters, you're going to get hit with this tax. And I think it's unfair, and I don't think it's getting enough publicity, if I'm being perfectly honest with you. So, yeah, that's my news. Go and have a look on the internet, Google it, see what you think. It was posted today, the 1st of April. So if you've watched this far, give me a thumbs up. Happy April Fool's Day, guys. Catch you in the next video.